looking to learn how to use the AddEvent dashboard, you are in the right place. If you're new to AddEvent, the dashboard is basically your control center for everything AddEvent related. So let's dive on in. When you first log into AddEvent, this is the page you'll be taken to. This is what we refer to as the dashboard. And the dashboard is where you can create and manage your events. You can create and manage calendars. You can set up RSVP forms and email notifications. Get your embeddable codes, you can check your analytics, you can do all that good stuff and more. So let's just kind of take a peruse around here. The first thing that I want to call out is the left-hand navigation here. You've got, like I said, the dashboard. This is where you're dropped straight into. From there, you'll see our design templates. Then you can see RSVP forms and then analytics. So these are your main navigational pieces that you'll need to be familiar with. The dashboard, like I said, this is where you create events and calendars, and you can see your events and calendars that have been created. We also have our designs tab. This is the designs templates for things like your calendar landing pages, your event landing pages, your embeddable calendars. This is where you can beautify and set up your branding and all that good stuff. Then we've got the RSVP forms. Again, this is where you would go ahead and create any custom RSVP forms if you're looking to ask specific questions. You can also adjust your RSVP email settings. So when people RSVP that they're going, we can send, a reminder a day before, 2 hours before. You can send a thank you email. All that good stuff lives in the RSVP form section here. And then lastly, we've got event and calendar analytics. So this is where you can see your real-time analytics. How many people have clicked those add to calendar buttons? How many people have subscribed to your calendar by clicking follow calendar? Any RSVP responses, all that good jazz. So let's hop up to the dashboard again. Like I said, on the left-hand side here, we can see any calendars that have been created. I've just got the one example calendar, so we can create one together just so we can see what it looks like when you've got multiple. I'm going to go ahead and click this big create button on the top right corner and click calendar, and I'm going to just do calendar number 2. I'm not going to go into all the details of the calendar settings and stuff since we've got other YouTube videos for that, but for now, let's just create that calendar. So once we create the calendar and hit that create calendar button, you're going to be taken to the calendar details page. This has all your details. You can always edit it at any time here. This has your share methods. This is where you can set your design templates, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard just to kind of take it back. And now I can see that calendar number 2 exists as well as my example calendar. So if I take off the example calendar, you can see the events that live on the example calendar are no longer showing. And I'm just looking at the calendar number 2 events, which I don't currently have any. So let's go ahead and create an event real quick just to show you what it looks like. Event. Do my event. Again, similar to, what we had before with the dashboard, the details page for calendars. This is going to take us to the detail page for an event once I create it. And again, we'll go back to the dashboard. We can now see that my event lives here. Can go ahead and do a couple of things once we have our event set up and our calendar set up. So first thing, if you do want to see multiple calendars and events at the same time, you can toggle on by clicking the checkbox on different calendars, and it will show and layer those in. Right now I have both calendars as blue, but if I had set up my calendar in a different color and my events in a different color, it would be really easy to spot. So let's just do one more example calendar number 3. I have, of course, want to make this one a fun color, and I'm going to go ahead and create that calendar. Great, and let's go back to here now and create one event on that calendar as well. My calendar 3 event. It's going to create the event with the default of the calendar color. So that's really helpful, again, for when you are creating new events to be able to distinguish. So now I can see, for example, that new event and calendar are in red. Anyways, we don't need to go too deep into that, but let's go ahead really quickly and just look at a couple of things in the events calendars dashboard. The first thing I want to point out is up here, you can change your view from monthly to weekly. So this is really helpful if you want to kind of get a more in-depth look, instead of having the whole month view. I also would highly recommend playing around with, right now this is in calendar view, but we also have list view. List view is really handy because you can filter and set custom date ranges in here. So right now I have this, filtering, it's sorting in the start date with like earliest to latest, but we have a couple different options. You can do it alphabetical, you can do it most recently updated by the create date, all that good stuff. And then over here, we have it right now set to upcoming events. But if I wanted to see past events only, I could see that. I can specific date range. Another thing, when I am looking for a calendar or an event, maybe I have a lot of calendars or a lot of events and I can't quite remember exactly which calendar that event lives on, or if you have, more than, call it 15 calendars, you'll need to scroll through. You can go ahead and search in here. So if I just am searching for the name event and hit enter, it'll show me all events that have that title or that keyword in that. So that's really handy if you are looking for stuff. Another thing that I do want to point out with the dashboard, if you want to go to the event details page, so where you could see all of the fun details and get your share methods, you would click on whatever the event name is that you want to go to, and then go ahead and click on that event name here. You can see, of course, it underlines to show that it's hyperlinked. That's how you would get to that event. If you want to edit your event details, say you created the event, you realize, oh shoot, it's actually not at 9 a.m. I need to change it to 10 a.m. to start. You can go ahead and either click the three dots here and click edit, or from the event details page, you can click these three dots and also hit edit here. So that is one way that you can, or the two ways rather, that you can edit your event. Same thing for the calendar details page. If you want to get to it, you're going to go ahead and hover over, the calendar that you'd like, click into it, and that's going to take you to your calendar details page. Similarly, you can edit your calendar details with the edit button from those three dots. This is where you can do things like set your calendar image, change the description, change the time zone of events, and that by default, all that good stuff. And then back to the dashboard, I just also wanted to point out down in the bottom left corner here, this is where you can go ahead and go to your account and settings. So this is the main dashboard. When we refer to, we're talking about this screen. Like I said, navigation on the left-hand side. Click in here to get to your design templates. Click in here to get to your RSVP form templates. Click in here for your analytics, and then down here for your account and settings. But for the dashboard, those are the key things that I wanted to look at and show you guys about. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any more questions, you can always reach out to the support email at support@addevent.com. We have a fantastic help center that has a ton of resources as well. And go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel for other additional videos that are going to be really helpful in mastering AddEvent. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.